everyone, my name is Trinity from Trinity Educational Mission, where we explore the latest research in education. Do you think watching mukbang leads to unhealthy eating habits? Most people would probably say yes. In fact, many people worry because their children watch too many mukbang videos. But a recent study found something surprising. People who watched mukbang more often actually tended to eat a wider variety of foods and have more balanced diets. At the same time, though, they were also more likely to order delivery food, eat instant meals, and engage in impulsive or binge eating. So how can both of these things be true? That's the question behind today's study. The researchers analyzed data from 1,210 adults in South Korea to examine the relationship between how often people watch mukbang and the quality of their eating habits. What makes this study especially interesting is that the researchers didn't simply ask whether people watched mukbang or not. Instead, they evaluated eating habits from several different perspectives. They looked at how balanced people's diets were, how well they limited unhealthy foods, and how constantly they practiced healthy eating habits. They also examined eating out, food delivery, instant food consumption, and impulsive eating behaviors. In other words, the study was designed to better understand how watching mukbang is related to people's overall eating habits. The findings were fascinating. People who watch mukbang more often tended to eat a greater variety of foods and have more balanced diets. On the other hand, they were less likely to limit unhealthy foods. They were also more likely to order delivery foods, eat instant meals, and engage in impulsive or binge eating. The researchers didn't conclude that mukbang is simply good or bad. Instead, they showed that the same type of content can lead to different behaviors at the same time. According to researchers, mukbang may encourage people to exploit a wider variety of foods. At the same time, its strong visual stimulation may increase appetite and trigger impulsive eating. What's especially interesting is that the same content led to different behaviors depending on the person. And that's exactly what makes this study educationally meaningful. But as I read the study, I found an even bigger question. Today, many students discover new foods on their smartphones before they ever see them on the dinner table. They learn about new foods through YouTube, they follow food trends on social media, and they experience food culture through short-form videos. In other words, eating habits today are shaped not only at the dinner table, but also in digital environments. So, what does this study mean for parents and teachers? First, nutrition education should include media education. For a long time, we focused on teaching children what healthy foods to eat. But today, food itself is no longer the only thing children are learning. Food-related content has also become part of what shapes their eating habits. Schools can combine nutrition education with activities that analyze food advertisement and mukbang videos, helping students think about how media influence their choices. At home, parents should pay attention not only to what their children eat, but also to the food content they watch repeatedly. Second, the goal of nutrition education should be to develop self-regulation. It's impossible to protect children from every temptation they see online. The goal of education isn't to block digital content. It's to help children understand their own craving and make healthy choices even in the middle of constant digital stimulation. Self-regulation is an essential skill not only for healthy eating, but also for living in today's digital world. Third, parents and teachers should recognize that children's environments are part of their education. Children don't learn only from what adults tell them. They learn from the environments they experience repeatedly. They learn from the content they watch repeatedly. And they learn from culture they experience every day. If we want to understand children's eating habits, we need to look beyond the dinner table and pay attention to the digital environment surrounding them. The study doesn't tell us that mukbang is good, and it doesn't tell us that mukbang is bad. Instead, it leaves us with a much more important question. Where are today's children learning their eating habits? The answer to that question may change the way we think about nutrition education. It's time to move beyond simply teaching children what to eat. We also need to help them understand why they want certain foods in the first place. I'd like to leave you with one final thought. Education is shaped not only by what we teach, but by what children experience repeatedly. Children don't develop eating habits simply by learning about food. They develop eating habits by repeatedly experiencing the environments that shape their choices. That's why the future of nutrition education isn't about teaching healthy foods. It's about creating environments that help children make healthy choices. If you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.